Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui, where I want to help you improve your art. Today we'll be reviewing the new watercolor set by GenCraft. This was released not too long ago, along with their acrylic set, which I will be reviewing in the future. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into that review. The set is currently only available on Amazon and is priced at $37.99 for the set of 50. It comes in a small cardboard box that lifts from the top. The top of the box has the same leaf pattern as their other products. The back of the top box has the colors on it with their names and their code. On the inside, there are 5 plastic trays holding 10 watercolor tubes each. Each layer is separated by a piece of cardboard. The first layer is yellow and orange, then red and pink, purple and blue, teal and green, and brown and gray. There's also a light green in the middle of the browns. This product is non-toxic, so it's safe for all ages. The tube is white, has a stripe of color on the top with their name and code, which goes in numerical order. In order to open it, you use the top of the cap, turn it around, and poke the top of the paint. It may get a little messy when you puncture the paint because you're releasing the pressure. For me, this happened with many of the paints, with the exception of a few. I think this is something that happens with most tube watercolors, so just be aware of that. I like that there's a variety of colors. There's about 5 of each color, starting from yellow. They're all pretty pigmented and go on well. Although I do think 3 of the 5 yellows look very similar, but I think that their undertone is different. I think the colors blend well, but I haven't used tube watercolors in so long that I feel like I'm not doing them justice. When I started coloring my mermaid, I felt like the colors were blotchy, but I didn't really wet the page first, so maybe that was on my end. I'm so used to palette watercolors that tube watercolors are very foreign to me. I did notice that when I was trying to blend the brown into the skin, it kept coming out streaky. The other colors such as the greens, red, oranges, and yellows blended fine, so I'm not really sure what it was. Off camera, I did do a little more work trying to blend the colors together. It did require a lot of patience and layering because I had to let the previous layer dry, and I'm pretty impatient because I kept making a puddle of water. I like that the colors are individually labeled. This makes it easier to locate the color again, which I appreciate. There is a nice selection of colors to choose from. It's pretty evenly divided to get an equal amount of each color, which is great. And the colors are very vibrant, which you can see in the painting since I used a lot of bright colors for the mermaid. As for the cons, trying to blend the brown into the skin, even while using the same techniques as I was before, was kind of challenging. Again, it may have just been me and my lack of experience with tube watercolors. They are also not as portable as a watercolor palette. You can definitely fit them in a pouch or something, but I think the setup will be rather messy if you wanted to bring watercolors on the go. When the watercolor dried, it left this kind of chalky texture on top, which I thought was a little bit weird because I don't think I've experienced that with other watercolors before. This also kind of prevented me from using a fine liner when I was outlining because the ink wouldn't grip onto the paper, so I had to use something that was more of a brush tip in order for it to actually transfer on top of the watercolors. Overall, I think if you prefer watercolor tubes and are more experienced in it or want to play around with it, then I'd recommend it. For me personally, I'm most likely going to stick with my watercolor palettes. If you are interested in the product, there will be a link in the description down below. As I mentioned earlier, I will be reviewing their acrylic set in the future, so if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified of when that comes out. I hope you found this review useful or helpful in any way. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. So with that, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. Keep drawing, keep creating, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!